Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. The sutra for today reads, this is 2.14. It says in Sanskrit, Telada paritapa phala punya punya hetut vat. I'm not sure if I just butchered that Sanskrit or not, but its translation is the karmas bear fruits of pleasure and pain caused by merit and demerit. The karmas. So all of our action bears fruit. And what is the fruit? It's either pleasure or pain. And this pleasure and pain is caused by whether the action is meritorious or not meritorious. So let's take a moment to pause and just look at where there is happiness in our life, where there is suffering in our life, right? And this sutra is asking us basically to take full responsibility for the circumstances that we find ourselves in, right? So and it's an attempt to prevent us from blaming others for our situation as much as possible. I know there's certain situations that are more difficult than others. This is not to cast shame on us for suffering. That's a really important point. We don't want to shame ourselves because we're suffering. That's not it. Um, but it's simply to take responsibility to know that we're in control of our future. I think that's to put a positive spin on it. We're in control of our future, and we can change our future based on what we do right now. So things that are meritorious, actions that are meritorious will cause pleasure. That which is not meritorious causes suffering. And I'll just share something briefly from my own experience. This afternoon, I was lifting weights, and so far everything was working good, and I got a little bit overly ambitious, and I tried to lift some weights, and my muscle gave out, and now I have some pain in my chest as a result of that. If I were to trace back the cause of that suffering, I can see a direct connection between being overly ambitious. So that there's the result, there's the fruit of action. And yet there's other parts of the weight training that I just did where, hey, it feels pretty good. So we can't stop trying. We got to keep going. And suffering is a clue that we have more discernment to do when we're doing something, right? Sometimes the only way we learn is through creating some suffering for ourselves. This is the case for the Buddha for sure. He The story goes that he uh, pursued enlightenment through extreme forms of fasting. And he was so thin from not eating enough, he was about to die. And he realized, okay, this ain't the path. Sometimes it takes that, right? But the main thing to take from this is that we can create our future. We determine our future, and we have to look closely at our actions, whether they're meritorious or not. And sometimes we don't know until we start to feel or experience some form of suffering in our life that is persistent. So suffering isn't a bad thing. It just means, okay, well, where can I take responsibility for this and change it? All right. So on that note, we try to be careful on the yoga mat not to hurt ourselves. And again, here's where ambition can get in the way. Got to have some ambition to do anything, but when we're overly so, that could be problematic, causing pain for us down the road. All right, so let's just take a moment to clarify, to discern what we're doing here. Why are we on this mat? Right? What is this about? And you don't have to come to some intellectual understanding of it, but just see if you can feel in your body a sense of uh, uh, the answer to that question. It doesn't have to be a logical answer or a conceptual answer. All right, now let's have our back a little straighter, a little taller. Leaning over one knee, stretch out the glute, and coming back up, leaning over the other knee. All right, just do that a few times here. All right, and then back to center. So make some circles. And then the other way. All right, then back to center. Let's begin to connect with our breathing a little bit. Breathing in, lifting the arms up. And breathing out, lowering them down. In and out. All right, great, great. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, a little distance away from the chest. Breathing in, reaching the arms out. Breathing out and coming back in. In, out. All right, and then hands to the side. Just relaxing the shoulders for the moment. I'm sitting up tall and breathing in, arms out to the sides and up. Breathing out. In and out. All right, maybe one more here. All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and lay down on our back side and see if we can start out by relaxing the body. And just allowing all the muscles in the body to soften simultaneously. And this is also an opportunity to see how the body is responding to resting, resting on purpose. And oftentimes we can see the fruit of our action, of our karma, when we begin to rest. The fruit of our karma integrates into our body. So how do you feel? And that can give you an indicator of your kind of a general sense of your activity today, meritorious or not. Again, this is not to cast any shame on people, but just to encourage us to take responsibility for our lives. And if there is something that is amiss, that we're becoming aware of that and doing something to address it. And then I also want to say a little bit about the importance of putting effort into our lives, not just into our yoga practice, but putting some effort in there. Here, we're letting go of the effort by relaxing the body. But there is also a place for putting effort into things. And this is where we have to, of course, be really mindful and ask ourselves, how much effort do we put into something? Sometimes the only way we know is by doing. And then we realize, oh, okay, that was too much, or oh, that was too little. Right? So we're finding the middle way, but you can't go wrong by starting out here in Shavasana and letting go of the effort, kind of getting down to the base, right? What's easiest. And even what is easiest can be really difficult for people. To really rest can be one of the most difficult practices. So we intersperse it through the class. All right, let's go ahead and roll over onto our front side. And let's reconfirm that relaxation on the abdomen. All right, and then bringing the toes, the feet together, the toes pointed, the sides of the feet touching, forehead to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tucked in, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, and holding here. Breathing. And relaxing the arms, letting the arms relax. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering the head down. Head turn to one side and relax. All right, let's try that again. Bringing the forehead to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, palms down, elbows tucked, toes to get feet together, toes pointed. And engage the legs, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And breathe. Holding another 5 to 10 seconds. All right, and slowly letting the head down, turn the head to the other direction, and rest. All right, let's try the low back, bringing the chin to the mat, hands to the sides or underneath the abdomen, elbows underneath the abdomen, and lifting the right leg up and hold. Relax the upper back and neck. Lifting your right leg up as high as it'll go. Keep the knee straight. Relax the ankle. Toes pointed down. Internally rotating the leg. Okay, let's lower the right leg down and lift the left leg up and hold. And lowering the left leg, lift the right leg up. And lowering the right, lifting the left. And hold. And lowering down and rest. Turn the head to the side. If you want to release your hands, go ahead. All right, let's try the chin to the mat again, focusing on both legs this time. So we're going to bring our hands to our sides or bring the arms underneath the abdomen, getting the elbows as close to one another as you can, and lifting both legs up and holding. And breathe. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we'll release the arms, turn the head. If you'd like, turn the head to one side and rest. All right, and then forehead to the mat. Bending the knees, reach behind for your ankles. All right, just give them a press the ankles, the heels towards the buttocks, to stretch out the thighs, and then pushing the feet into the hands to lift up the knees and shoulders off the ground, the head. Keep in mind, you don't need here to lift the chin up, especially if that bothers your neck, but you can rock forward and backward. This gives a little massage to the abdominal organs, helps with digestion. Take some deeper breaths into your rib cage. And release. All right. Go ahead and reach one arm over the head. Use the other arm to roll over onto your back. Recenter on the mat and relax. All right, let's bring the arms overhead, stretching out the shoulders a bit. Lock the thumbs, take a deep breath in and hold it. Peel the head, the back up. Come up to a seat. Let's swing the feet around, come onto all fours, and continue into cat-cow. Just giving the back a little stretch after doing those back strengthening poses. Giving the back a little stretch here. Cat-cow. All right, and then downward dog. Stretch out the calf muscles a bit. All right, and then straightening the knees. Let's come into downward dog for a little bit. Pushing into the heels of the hands, pushing into the soles of the feet, lifting the tailbone up. There's a kind of isometrics that's taking place here. You push the floor with the hands, pushing the floor away from the body in in opposite directions. The hands going one way, or pushing in one way, and the legs pushing the other way. And that gets the tailbone raised up, that nice V shape with the body. All right, let's step the feet forward and roll on up to stand. right, palms joined together in front of the heart. Reaching them forward and up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's fold in half. Stretching the backs of the legs. Left foot slides back. Rocking a little bit here to open that left hip. Right foot steps back. Downward dog. Take a few breaths here. All right, shifting forward to plank, lower yourself down. And then peel your head and ribs up off the ground. Back to down dog. Lift the tailbone, lower the head. Left foot forward. Rock a little bit here. And right foot forward. Okay, go ahead and roll on up. Okay, arms continue to rise up overhead. Arching the back a little bit. And palms in front of the heart. Okay, let's do number 2, right? Reach forward and up. Inhale. And exhale. Right foot back. Make sure you're breathing here. Rocking a little bit forward and backward. Okay, let's lower the knee. We'll bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot and let the left knee drape out to the side here. You're going to lift the inside edge of your left foot off of the ground. Let's let that hip open up a little bit. Okay, and then sending that left foot back. And lift the knees up, downward dog. All right, and then come forward. You can lower your knees here. And then lower the top half of your body. Exhale, fully coming down. Toes pointed, feet together. Inhale, coming up. Push up into the hands. And let's transition to downward dog. Okay, right foot steps forward. Rocking a little bit. Remember to breathe. Bringing the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Lower the left knee down and let the inside of the right foot come off the ground. Knee drapes out to the side. And then left foot. Let's bring the right hand around the outside of the right foot. Left foot slides or steps forward. And rolling up to stand. Be real mindful of all the aches or any aches or pains that you have here. And trying not to make them worse. Arms rise up overhead. Take a nice deep breath in as you bend back a little bit. And then palms together, exhale. All right, we'll pause here. One more of these. All right, ready? Reaching forward, lifting up, and folding in half. Left foot steps back, and right foot steps back. Let's lift the right leg up as high as you can. Bend the knee and open that right hip up towards the ceiling to stretch the right side. And then swing the right knee forward between the hands. Lower the left leg down. Come into pigeon pose. See if you can walk the hands up towards the hips. Opening up the ribs, lifting the chin. And then walking the hands forward and lowering the head. All right, raising the head back up, hands come back to the sides. And return to downward dog. We'll lower both knees down, bend the elbows, and shift the body forward. Come on down. Exhale, fully toes pointed, lifting up the head. Inhale. And come back to down dog. All right, let's try that left leg now. I'm going to bring the right foot to center, the back center. Lift the left leg up as high as it'll go. Bend the knee. Open the hip. 1, 2, 3. Right, just like that. Breathe evenly. All right, and then we're going to swing, slowly swing that left knee forward so that it lands between the two hands. And walk the hands up towards the hips to open up the ribs. Adjust your legs so you don't find any pinching or pain in the knees. All right. And then walking the hands forward, you can bend the knees, or bend the elbows rather, bringing the head down and resting it on the hands or on the floor somewhere. Okay. All right, let's raise that head back up. Return the leg to downward dog. All right, left foot forward. And right foot forward. Roll on up to stand. Arms continue to carry themselves up towards the ceiling and back. And then palms come in front of the heart. All right, let's step the right foot back. Make some space between your 2 feet. When take hold of the elbows behind the back. Just grab hold of the forearms or the elbows, whatever you can reach there. Drawing the shoulder blades towards each other a little bit. So we're opening up the rib cage and then folding from the hips over the left leg. And stop, keep the back as straight as you can. So really focusing on stretching the hamstring muscles in the back of the left leg. Once you've isolated that muscle, you can begin to relax the back and draw the head closer to the knee if it is relatively easy and smooth to do so. Make sure we're isolating the back of the leg. All right, let's come on back up. And we switch the feet around, change the cross of the arm. So whichever arm is forward, bring the other arm forward. Again, drawing the shoulder blades together and folding from the hips. And then slowly coming back up. All right, good, good. Let's continue. We're going to do triangle pose and then reverse triangle. And these things are all good. What we just did is a good preparation for that. So let's turn the right foot in, left foot out. Reach the arms out alongside the legs so the body stays in one plane as we bring the left arm down, right arm up as a piece. You could try bringing the right arm over the head. Make sure to breathe. And then come back up. All right, switch the feet around and go the other way. Again, you can bring the left arm now over the head pointing towards the wall. If that is available to you at this time, if not, that's okay. And then coming back up. Now, come back up, reverse the feet. I'm going to turn the right hip forward. Arms come out to the sides, folding over the left leg. The right hand comes down to the mat or to a chair or to a block. Left hand comes up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Reverse triangle. All right, go ahead and lower that left arm down. Begin to raise the head. Let the arms down. Reverse the feet. Arms raise up. Left hip comes forward. And we fold over that right leg. Left hand comes down to the floor, down to a block, down to a chair, seat. And the right hand comes up towards the ceiling for reverse triangle. And go ahead and come back up slowly. Take your time, mindful of every movement, best you can. Arms relax. Reverse the feet. Bend the left knee. Arms come out over the legs. All right, let's turn that right hip forward a little bit. So the arms come out to the side, and we'll reach the arms up overhead for warrior one. Bending the left knee as much as possible. All right, let's lower the arms down. Reverse the feet. Bend the right knee. Reach the arms out over the legs, looking over your right arm. All right, lower the arms and bring the left hip forward a bit, and then reach the arms up overhead. Reach them. Okay, lower the arms, gently, easy. Begin to straighten the right knee and step the left foot forward. Come into mountain pose. So you can slow down the breath a little bit, relax the body. All right, we're going to make our way down to the floor again. So we'll do that by doing a little sun salute, reaching the arms up first and folding in half. Bend the knees, bring the hands all the way down, and step both feet back for downward dog. Okay, let's lower the knees. Elbows come down, clasp the hands together. Elbows right underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under the feet, lift the knees up. And here we go into dolphin. This is a really challenging pose for the shoulders, a good shoulder strengthener. Very good for posture. Just kind of push the elbows into the ground as you bring the head in between the arms and shoulders. And then we're going to bring the head over the hands, lowering the tailbone just a little bit as you do so. Just that happens naturally. Right? And then come back the other way. So it's called dolphin because your tailbone goes up and down. Really requires some shoulder strength. So do what you can here. I'm just going forward and backward with the head. Feel those shoulders getting a nice workout here. All right, and then let's lower the knees down, take a rest. Bring the hips to the heels, the forehead to the mat, and stretch the arms out. Walk the hands up towards the top of the mat and rest. All right, let's come on up to a seat. We're going to do some planks here, but before we do that, let's just stretch out the wrists a little bit. So taking one hand, pointing the fingers down and pushing them back towards your body just for a few seconds. And then reversing that, bringing the back of the hand forward and gently pressing the palm of the hand towards you. All right, I'm going to stretch through all the way up through the forearm here. You can crank your hand around the wrist a few times, and then let's do the other arm. Right, pointing the fingers down. The palm of the hand is pointing forward, and then reverse it. Palm of the hand is pointing back towards your body. And see if you can adjust your shoulder such that The stretch goes through the forearm here. All right, and we'll just crank that left hand around the wrist a few times. We'll just do plank, side plank on each side. This is really good for developing shoulder strength as well. All right, we'll start out hands underneath the shoulders, lift the knees off the ground, come into, we're going to just kind of rotate onto the edge, the outside edge of the left foot, bring that right hand to the right side and just hold that, or bring the right hand up towards the ceiling and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, lower that right arm back down, come into plank. Now, if you need to do these, you can, if you're having a hard time doing these, you can lower, we'll just go to the right side now, and you can start this out on your right knee, right? So you can do this with your right knee on the floor. If that seems fairly easy, you can try doing it with your right knee off of the floor. Okay, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's lower that left hand down. We'll come down onto our back side and do an inversion. So I'll take a few moments to relax the body before we attempt shoulder stand. Take in the results of what we've done so far. All right, let's bring the hands to the sides of the body, palms down, lift the legs up towards the ceiling, and then push into the hands, roll up onto the shoulders, and then bring the hands to the low back for support as the legs go up towards the ceiling. Take some nice deep breaths here in shoulder stand. All right, and we begin to lower the feet over the head. Easy, easy, easy. Hands come down to the mat and roll out the back, one vertebra at a time. Engage your core muscles here. And here we go. We'll do some core work here. So lead the feet up towards the ceiling. All right, and see if you can lower them down. Keep your low back pressed into the ground as you slowly lower your legs down to the mat. See if you can keep your legs straight here, as straight as possible. And rest. All right, let's go right into deep relaxation. Start out by finding a comfortable place for our arms and our legs. Rolling our legs and our arms a few times side to side. All right, take a deep breath in and hold it. Make fists with the hands, squeeze the legs and arms, lift the head, arms and legs together, and squeeze tighter, and release. And finding a comfortable place for the arms and legs to be. And take time to notice how you're feeling here. Disengaging the muscles around the lower part of the abdomen. Disengaging all the muscles around the lower part of the abdomen. And the arms and legs relaxing, the muscles in the legs and in the arms. Softening the muscles around the face, especially the eyes and forehead. And then send a mental signal to your whole body, asking it to totally relax. And then we'll shift our awareness to the breath, allowing the breath to come and to go.
And then shifting awareness to thoughts, whatever thoughts might be arising or emotions that you might notice. And watching them from a distance, watching them like a witness. Any degree of ease or peace you have in your body, see if you can settle into it. All right, let's begin to wake up, wiggle our fingers and toes, roll our legs and arms, rolling to the left side of the body when you're ready, and then coming up to a seat. I think take a few seconds to see how you're feeling after this. If you have more time to just sit still for a little while, take advantage of this time to do that. All right. Let's close our class with a dedication. Palms joining together, sending out our peace, our love, our kindness into the world to those that we wish to send it to. And I'll do a universal dedication. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Thank you all for your practice. You guys have a good one.